it's Paula, and it's time for another Wisdom Wednesday. So we've been inundated with all these cards lately after the loss of my in-laws. And I got a really profound card from my friend Kate today. Kate is my friend that I go to see up in Alaska. She's my fishing guide, and she's my good buddy. And she had some really profound thoughts that I wanted to share because as I read it, I realized I feel that way too. So when you're in a place like Alaska, you are so in touch with nature. And I'm going to use the salmon, for example, as a sort of a metaphor for life. They are born, spawned, and they swim off to the ocean and they swim back to spawn again and die. Some of them will do this many times. Some of them will do this in just a year. But one of the amazing things is when you find these dead salmon, and I have to say, when you're knee deep in the water and they're bumping into you as they float by, or you're on the side of the river, it's a little creepy. Actually, like there's been a lot of rain and they're hanging on like tree limbs. It is creepy. But I'll also say it's such an incredible, natural, necessary part of life. You need the decomposing of the fish bodies to put the nutrients back into the water, to the soils, so that everything else can do its thing and grow and thrive. So loss has a lot of similarities like that if you think about it from a nature perspective. We do need to let go of people, things, activities in our life. The hardest sometimes is obviously the people. But when we have to let go, say goodbye because of a death, it opens up a new space in our life, a new space in our heart. And one of the challenges is to allow that to happen. So often we let our hearts shut down when we've had loss, whether it's little loss or profound loss. But I think if we can take the moment to see the beauty in loss, that it is a very natural part of our lives, that we need to actually embrace it and in some ways celebrate it. That's why we have celebrations of life. That's why at least the Irish awake was always a party. And it was always a bit of drinking going on and celebrating in good times around the person. So one of the other things Kate said is, when you have that space in your heart that's empty, be very intentional how you fill that space again. And I thought that was really important. You don't want to just stuff it with another relationship or person, activities. You need to sort of sit with the space that's been created. Because when we've had a loss like this, it sets us up for growth and gain, which is really what life is all about. We have little setbacks, but those setbacks take us and leapfrog us for our growth and our gain. It was just so powerful that I felt so compelled to just record this video right now, because there is beauty in letting go. There is beauty in saying goodbye, because we know it's that natural cycle of life. Again, following the cycle of nature, we need things to decompose, break down, so that new life can come back. It's what our 4 seasons are all about. So I hope this message today, this Wisdom Wednesday, helps you if you've been touched by loss or grief, and thinking about it in a new way, to try to find a way to embrace what could be beautiful, look for the growth and gain that's surely knocking on your door, knocking on your heart, to let it in. And this is another Wisdom Wednesday.